Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, the middle of the week. A couple more days till the weekend, thank God. Hope your week's going great. You got great weather where you are here in Southeast Texas. It's October and usual weather, hot and humid. Sucks. We're all waiting for our first cold front, but until it gets here, I guess we'll bear down a little while longer. Anyway, hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great week. This is week 7 preview. Got some pretty damn good games coming up. The last week, we were talking about, well, it's kind of a week. Last weekend turned out to be pretty good. I thought we had some good games, even though the matchups on paper didn't look all that great. Still have some good stuff happen. Got some good games this week. We're going to go over that. Got a few news items here. We'll go over that. Before we start, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Let's get started. Oregon State. 0-6. It's their worst start since 1991. That's crazy because Oregon State has had, they're either a great team to middle of the road teams right there. I've never seen them this bad. I don't remember them being that bad in 91, but oh well. Anyway, they fire special teams coordinator Jamie Christian. AD Athletic Director Scott Barnes is vowing to conduct a program-wide review. So he wants to find out why they suck. I'd do it too. Preseason teams. Remember these back in the preseason? Number 1, Texas. Number 2, Penn State. Number 4, Clemson. Number 13, South Carolina. Number 15, Florida. Number 16, SMU. Number 17, Kansas State. Number 25, Boise State. None of them are ranked anymore. That could change this weekend, but yeah, those teams. Remember, Boise State, wasn't that the first weekend they lost to South Florida? They were number 25. And of course, Texas lost to Ohio State. But yeah, those teams are no longer ranked, which is crazy year. Anyway, North Carolina, man, they're kind of in a little bit of shambles right now. Assistant coach Armand Hawkins suspended for giving a player's family extra sideline passes. Guess you just can't have too many people on the sidelines nowadays. NCAA approves the launch of a single transfer portal window. It'll be January 2nd through the 16th. Which I like this. Just have one window. This stuff when they're doing it, like I think they do in the spring too. Right, I don't remember if it's before or after spring ball, but that kind of screws things up. So I think this will help out teams and coaches because they'll get a feel of who's there for the long haul, at least for another year. So I like it. Some people probably don't, but oh well. Texas Tech, they have unveiled a new logo. Looks pretty much like the old one, just a few differences. So it's not some crazy crap where people are going to freak out about. But anyway. All right, so usually I do this preview show on Thursday, but we're doing it today because we actually got a couple games tonight. Before I tell you what games they are, just remember, it's college football. It's college football on a Wednesday night, all right? So, I mean, anyway, here we go. 6:30 ESPN tonight, 2-3 Missouri State versus 1-4 Middle Tennessee. So, you see what I'm talking about? All right, so you got another one too. 7 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. Liberty versus UTEP. Both are 1-4. I don't know what the hell's happened to Liberty. They had a pretty damn good program for a while. I'll watch it because UTEP, Texas team way out west. I'll watch it probably. But like I said, hey, it's college football on a Wednesday night. So you never know. They might be entertaining. All right, so tomorrow night, Thursday, 6 p.m. on ESPNU, 4-1, Louisiana Tech taking on 3-2 Kennesaw State. 6:30 on ESPN. This one might be a decent one. 3-2 Eastern Carolina versus 4-1 Tulane. Tulane's quarterback Retzlaff. Did I say his name? Retzlaff. He's got 368 passing yards, 7 rushing touchdowns. He's pretty damn good quarterback. 7 p.m. on ESPN2 tomorrow night. 3-2 Southern Miss versus 2-3 Georgia Southern. Southern Miss quarterback Braxton, 1,236 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions this year. And then 7 p.m. on CBS Sports Network, 2-3 Jacksonville State versus 0-5 Sam Houston, who's right up the road. Sam Houston find out it's not such an easy time in FBS like it was in FCS, but I have no doubt they'll get some players in there and they'll start having some good teams. All right, so tomorrow night, decent one here. 6:30 ESPN2. Number 24 South Florida versus 5-0 North Texas. Quarterback Brown for South Florida, 1,194 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Mestamaker, I think that's how you say his name, Mestamaker from North Texas, 1,247 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, 0 INTs on the year so far. Bulls defense, 9 sacks this year so far. 4 of them are by linebacker Mark Harris. North Texas defense, they got 10 sacks and 6 interceptions on the year. So that might be a pretty good Friday night game. 8 p.m. on FS1. 3-2 Rutgers versus 4-1 Washington. Washington running back Jonah Coleman, he's already rushed for 10 touchdowns this year. Rutgers running back Antoine Raymond, he's got 9 rushing touchdowns this year. Plus, you got 2 good quarterbacks. Both the quarterbacks for Rutgers and Washington are good. The only thing is Rutgers O-line, they have given up 15 sacks this year, so could be something to watch if you watch that game. 8 p.m. on CBS Sports Network, 5-1 Fresno State versus 1-4 Colorado State. Fresno State defense, they have 9 interceptions so far this year. Saturday, you're probably going to need more screens than just your TV. Get your tablet out, maybe your phone and whatever, because, like I said, starts off awesome. 11 a.m. on Fox. Number 1 Ohio State versus number 17 Illinois. Ohio State Saiyan is averaging, I'm just saying that Saiyan is averaging 263 passing yards a game, 13 touchdown passes, only 3 interceptions this year. Altemeyer for Illinois, we've all been hearing about him, 262 passing yards a game. He has 12 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. These teams pretty close in the rushing game, though. They average about the same amount of yards. They got the same total yards. Could come down to the trenches this game. Buckeyes O-line has given up 2 sacks this year. Illinois' O-line, Altemeyer has been on his back 19 times. Wow. But Illinois' defense, they have gotten 13 sacks this year. 4 by outside linebacker Gabe Jacas. Buckeye defense, 14 sacks. 5 of those are by defensive end Caden Curry. So that's going to be a pretty good one. If you want to watch that one, all right, 11 a.m. ABC, number 8 Alabama versus number 14 Missouri. Alabama Simpson is averaging 296 passing yards a game. He's got 13 touchdowns so far this year. Jermaine Bernard, 5 touchdown catches. Pribula for the Tigers, 241 passing yards a game, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Their running back, Ahmad Hardy, he has 9 rushing touchdowns so far. Missouri, though, they average almost 100 more yards a game, total yards a game than Alabama does. And they are pretty much, they're better on third down than Alabama is. 11 a.m. on ESPN, Pitt versus number 25 Florida State. Both of them are 3-2. Pitt's better in the passing game. Florida is better in the rushing game. Pitt averages under 120 rushing yards a game, so that tells you right there. Florida State, they're also way better on third down than Pitt is. 11 a.m. on TNT, 4-1 Houston goes to 1-4 Oklahoma State. Surely U of H, surely they don't have a Texas Tech hangover and pull Penn State like Penn State did last week. Surely they're going to learn from what the loss there versus Texas Tech last Saturday night, and they're going to go to 5-1, but that remains to be seen. 11 a.m. on Big Ten Network, 1-4 UCLA. They're on a high right now. They won. Going to 3-2 Michigan State. They are even in the rushing game, passing game, total yards, and third down. So kind of an evenly matched game. 11 a.m. on ESPNU, 3-2 Toledo versus 2-3 Bowling Green. Bowling Green trying to get back to 500. 11 a.m. CW Network, 2-3 Stanford versus 3-2 SMU. SMU has just not been the same team since that overtime loss against Baylor a few weeks ago. So see if they can turn it around. 11 a.m. on FS1, 3-2 Central Florida versus 4-1 Cincinnati. Sorsby for Cincinnati, 12 touchdown passes and 5 rushing touchdowns. He's a pretty damn good quarterback. 11 a.m. on ESPN2, 2-3 Louisiana versus 4-1 James Madison. Duke's still a good football team even after Cignetti left to go to Indiana. They're still kind of cruising along there. 11:45 SEC Network. Kind of a cross-country game almost. 3-2 Washington State goes to Oxford to play number 4 Ole Miss. Rebels are averaging 531 total yards a game. Washington State is only averaging 307. Big one here. This is going to be a big test here. Big test for not only Indiana, but I'm going to say Oregon too. 2:30 on CBS. Number 7 Indiana goes to Eugene to play number 3 Oregon. Indiana's Mendoza. He's averaging 242 passing yards a game. He's got 16 touchdowns to 1 interception this year. These two teams are close in the rushing and the passing and total yards, believe it or not. Moore for Oregon. He averages 242 a game. He's got 14 touchdowns to 1 interception so far this year. Oregon, they are better on third down, though. So you got to take it for that. Indiana, great receiving core. Both Cooper Jr. and Sarrett have six touchdown catches already this year. Their defense has 15 sacks on the year and 7 interceptions. Running back Jordan Davidson for the Ducks, 7 rushing touchdowns. 3 Ducks receivers each have more than 2 touchdown catches so far this year. Tight end Sadiq, I think you say his name is Sadiq. He's got 3. Wide receiver Bryant, he's got 4. Ducks defense, 5 sacks, 5 interceptions. 2:30, the big one. Well, I don't know if it's so big this year, but it's always been a big rivalry. Red River rivalry, number 6 Oklahoma versus 3-2 Texas. They said Mateer is pushing to play in this game. Don't know if they're going to let him. Hawkins Jr., we saw him, he started last week. I think it was against Kent State, if I remember right. He had 167 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, but it was against Kent State. Manning is averaging 230 passing yards a game for Texas. He's got 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, but he's also ran for 5 touchdowns too. They are, even though Mateer's been gone, they are close in the passing game, close in the rushing game, and total yards. Sooners are slightly better on third down than Texas is. OU, they got 20 sacks. Their defense got 20 sacks so far this year. R. Mason Thomas, Taylor Ween, Jalen Jackson, they each have 3 sacks apiece for that Sooner defense. Their O-line has only allowed 8 sacks this year, so that's not too bad. UT's O-line has already allowed 9 sacks this year. Their defense does have 7 sacks and 5 picks. This is going to be one of those games. Remember, these experts on TV talk about how Manning kind of struggles and holds the ball too long against top teams. We'll see if that happens against Oklahoma. 2:30 ACC Network, 2-4 Virginia Tech. They go to number 13 Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's Haynes King, 3 passing touchdowns, 7 rushing touchdowns this year. But Va Tech's quarterback Kyron Jones, 9 passing touchdowns and 4 rushing touchdowns. 2 great quarterbacks here. It's kind of crazy with Jones as quarterback in Virginia. Almost said the wrong word. Virginia Tech is 2-4. That's kind of crazy with him. 2:30 on Peacock. 4-2 North Carolina State versus number 16 Notre Dame. 2 great quarterbacks. They are close in passing, rushing, and total yards. Notre Dame is a little bit better on third down than the Wolfpack are. All right, 2:30 on ESPN. Number 22 Iowa State. They are pissed off that they lost, and they are going to 2-4 Colorado. They are close in total yards, passing, and rushing game, and third down also. Surely, Iowa State would not lose to Colorado after losing last week to Cincinnati. We've seen it happen. Penn State lost to Oregon, then couldn't get over it and lost to UCLA, so who knows. 2:30 on Big Ten Network. 4-1 Nebraska and 4-1 Maryland. Nebraska averages 100 more total yards a game than Maryland does. They are better in the rushing and the passing game and on third down. This is the time of the year. We have all seen it. Maryland starts to trip up, and that great start of the season just kind of slowly goes down the drain. So, hey, this is their chance to prove people wrong if they can win this game, but we'll see. I mean, they got Malik Washington. He's a damn good quarterback, so we'll see. 2:30 on Fox. 4-1 TCU versus 2-4 Kansas State. TCU is better than total yards passing and way better on third down than Kansas State. But Kansas State has gotten a little better, so they could make this a game. 2:30 on FS1. Northwestern versus Penn State, both 3-2. Surely Penn State would not lose 3 in a row, especially to Northwestern at home. But we have seen crazy things because kind of right now, Penn State's kind of in some shambles after what happened the last couple of weeks. So you never know. And Northwestern's playing good ball. And they got a good quarterback. Who's it? Preston Stone, I think. So you never know. 2:30 on CBS Sports Network. UNLV, they are going for 6-0 under Dan Mullen. They play 1-4 Air Force. Unless their heads are up in the clouds, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be 6-0 Saturday night. 2:30 on CW Network. 3-2 Wake Forest goes to poor old Oregon State, who's 0-6. Any chance the Beavers could pull this out and win? Any chance at all? We'll see. 2:30 on ESPN Plus. Old Dominion, man, look at Old Dominion. They are going for 5-1. They're playing 2-3 Marshall, so they might get that. They might be 5-1 Saturday. 3 p.m. on ESPN2. Navy, they are going for 6-0. They play 3-2 Temple. 3:15 on the SEC Network. 2-3 Arkansas versus number 12 Tennessee. We know about Tennessee, but Arkansas right now, Sam Pittman's gone. We don't know what the morale was like in that locker room under Sam Pittman. Bobby Petrino, intern, remember what he did there years ago? These guys might be fired up. Their morale might be out the ceiling. They had a bye week. So this could be a hell of a game. I'm not saying Arkansas is going to go to Knoxville and beat Tennessee, but you never know what can happen, and they could give Tennessee a hell of a game. They're, like I said, the morale level might be way up here now. So that's something to keep an eye on if you don't watch it. 6 p.m. on ESPN. 2-3 Florida versus number 5 Texas A&M. I keep waiting for the Aggies to be the Aggies and totally blow a game. Almost happened last week against Mississippi State until they finally turned it on in the second half. Defense helped out a lot too. I'm going to say this is a trap game. Florida beat Texas last week. Hopefully A&M saw how Florida can play, what they can do. They got to be careful. Can't start off slow. 6 p.m. on FS1. 3-2 Iowa versus 2-3 Wisconsin. Night game in Madison. Wisconsin didn't play great, but they played decent to good against Michigan. Man, you never know. They might get a win. They might be 3-3. Fickle might buy another day. We'll see. 6:30 on Fox. This could be a pretty good game. 4-2 Kansas versus number 9 Texas Tech. Two great quarterbacks against two good defenses, who both these defenses have over 12 sacks. So they're getting through that line. They are close in the rushing and the passing game, but Texas Tech is way better third down conversions than Kansas is. So that could be a pretty good one. 6:30 on ABC. I think they call it the oldest rivalry in the South. Number 10 Georgia versus 3-2 Auburn. Georgia better in all yardage categories. And get this, Auburn's offensive line has given up 20 sacks. I mean, we've seen some high ones, 12, 13. I think we have 14 we just mentioned. 20 sacks that O-line has given up. So, might be tough. 6:30 on NBC. This might be a pretty interesting game here. Number 15, Michigan versus the 4-1 USC. Michigan, Haynes, 8 rushing touchdowns. USC's Mavia, 11 passing touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns. Jordan, 5 rushing touchdowns as running back for USC. Michigan defense, 15 sacks, 7 picks. USC defense, 17 sacks, 6 interceptions. USC, they average more total yards a game, better in the passing and on third down, but these two are close in the rushing game. So we'll have to see which game prevails there. 6:30 on Big Ten Network. 2-3 Purdue versus 3-2 Minnesota. These they are close in all the yardage categories. Close on third down conversions. It's probably just going to come down to who wants it more. Minnesota barely hanging on to a winning record. Purdue trying to get back to 500. Purdue's better than they were last couple of years, so might be interesting. Keep your eye on that one. 6:45 on SEC Network. 3-2 South Carolina versus number 11 LSU. These two teams are close in the yardage categories. Both of them average under 105 yards rushing a game, which I figured with Sellers it wouldn't be that low for South Carolina, but evidently it is. Their O-line, maybe this is why, because their O-line has given up 14 sacks this year. So LSU defense, they have gotten 11 sacks. So Might be a line of scrimmage war. This one looks to be pretty good too. 7 p.m. on ESPN2. Number 18 BYU versus number 4, or I'm sorry, 4-1 Arizona. BYU's Bachmeier, 7 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns. He averages 210 passing yards a game. BYU defense, 10 sacks this year, 4 of them by linebacker Jack Kelly, and they also have 7 interceptions. Fifita for Arizona. We know about him. He's pretty good. He averages 268 passing yards a game, 13 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing so far this year. Arizona defense, 13 sacks on the year, 7 interceptions also. Remember back in the 90s, they used to call the Arizona defense the Desert Swarm. This defense is looking pretty damn good. I'm not saying they're the Desert Swarm from back then, but they're looking pretty damn good. They are close in passing, total yards and third down. BYU, they average 100 more rushing yards a game than Arizona does. So there you go. 7 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Troy versus Texas State, both 3-2. Texas State better in the rushing and the passing game. I mention this because both of these teams are really good in the Sun Belt the last couple of years, and I don't know what's happened to them. So they're fighting and scrapping for a good place in the Sun Belt. All right, so your late night, 8:45 FS1, New Mexico versus Boise State. Both of them are 3-2. They are close in rushing, passing, and third down percentages. Boise State does have more total yards a game than New Mexico does. It's crazy. Boise State's 3-2, but it is what it is. New Mexico, they are more improved than they have been in the last couple of years. You know they would love to beat Boise State because I'm sure Boise State's been beaten up on them the last few years. Man, here's a good one here. 9:15 ESPN. Number 21 Arizona State versus 4-1 Utah. Levitt for Arizona State, averaging 208 passing yards a game. He's got 8 passing touchdowns. He does have 3 interceptions, but he's also rushed for 5 touchdowns. Utah's Dampier, he averages 205 rushing yards. He's got 11 touchdowns this year, 3 interceptions, 2 rushing touchdowns. Rogers, they're back. He's got 4 rushing touchdowns. Arizona State offensive line has given up 12 sacks this year. Utah's defense, they have 12 sacks plus 6 picks. Arizona State defense, they've got 19 sacks on the year, so they're doing pretty good there. They are close in the passing, rushing, and total yards, but Utah is way better on third down conversions than the Sun Devils are. So that's good. That's a pretty good late one right there at 9:15. 9:30 on CBS Sports Network. 4-1 San Diego State versus 1-4 Nevada. Both average under 200 yards passing and rushing a game. So there you go. 11 p.m. on Spec. If you have Spec, I don't know if Spec is streaming or what. 3-2 Utah State. 3-2 Utah State goes to 4-2 Hawaii. Hawaii home game late night if you got Spec. Utah State's Barnes. He's got 11 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. But his O-line has failed him 18 times. He's been sacked 18 times. But he's also rushed for 6 rushing touchdowns, so he could get out of that mess if he has to sometimes. Hawaii's defense, they got 13 sacks so far this year. So that's it for FBS. FCS, you got some pretty good ones here. 11 a.m. on ESPN+, 4-1 Mercer plays 2-1 Princeton. 11:30 on the ESPN+. Bucknell versus Lafayette, both of them are 4-2. 12 p.m. on ESPN+. 5-0 Presbyterian versus 4-2 Butler. 12:30 on ESPN+. Yale versus Dartmouth, both are 2-1. 2:30 on ESPNU. Alabama State versus Jackson State, both of them are 4-1. 2:30 on ESPN+. 4-1 Southern Illinois. They go and play the 5-0 North Dakota State Bison. 6 p.m. on ESPN+. 4-2 Northern Arizona versus 4-1 UC Davis. So that is it, man. Gear up. We're gonna have not really counting tonight. Let's be honest about it. But hey, possibly starting tomorrow night. We're gonna have a great weekend of college football. Like I said, I'll probably watch that UTEP game just because they're out in West Texas. Was it 800 miles down the road from me? Anyway, man, stay busy. Just work, stay busy, and the weekend will be here before you know it. Enjoy this weekend. Be safe. We'll be back Sunday or Monday to review everything that's happened. Probably even review tonight. Who knows? Something crazy might happen tonight. To review everything that happened. Anyway, stay safe. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.